Despite drifting through slices of lives, through gentle whistles of nature hunkered under tents, through the warmth of family in the countryside, roaring waves, and riding motorbikes, the horizon above the mountains never came to mind. Until now. With 3 seasons plus OVAs to spare and an upcoming entry, I became interested in this nearly decades-long mountaineering journey and wanted to take an encouragement of climb. So, here are 3 of my favorite things in 300 seconds about Yamanosusume. Yamanosusume is a beautiful show with, at times, lifelike backdrops where I couldn't help but stop and admire the quality of these sights. However, these impressive visuals don't just stop at the sublime vistas blooming into view on mountaintops, but also in the tiny fixtures of nature and moments where there might not be extraordinary circumstances. From going to see fireflies at night, to a quiet stroll down to childhood sites, or a light hangout in another town, the show isn't solely concerned with the peak of mountains. This made watching, at any point, a treat, since they show how beautiful the characters' lives can be outside their hobbies. The story is concerned with many parts of their lives and accentuating each slice with vibrant colors, details, and depth makes smaller moments as important as the large set pieces. There's beauty in not just their destination, but in the journey. And watching, I was constantly reminded that every part of their lives can be as magnificent and vital as their hobbies. Despite what I just said, the hobby of the show is important. It's the catalyst for the story, and main character, Aoi, to grow out of her shell and find something she can pour passion into. Picking up mountain climbing, Aoi has experienced many firsts. In the first season, she remarks on a few of them, like realizing she doesn't know the last time she's been danked, or realizing how quickly engrossed she can be in this hobby, and even experiencing for the first time the demoralizing weight of failure. That failure stood out to me. Failure often follows Aoi. Her first instinct is to give in to those debasing feelings. And after all, she's frequently unable to do activities vital for her hobby, like climbing trails. And instead of having her immediately recover, she wants to quit. The trajectory for learning anything new, especially one as physically taxing as hiking mountains, isn't completely romanticized. This makes her development grounded in realism. Aoi doesn't have a natural talent, and most people new to a hobby may not. Showing the ebbs and flows of her journey gives her story a tinge of reality I could relate greatly to as an ardent hobbyist. I've gone through feelings of quitting as exhaustion and lack of tenable results creeps forward. I've loathed failure and the existential pointlessness of the activities I previously found fun. And at the same time, I've had those pick me back up, show me that it may be worth it to stay on the path for just a little longer. Framing her hobby as something she needs to work for with great difficulty makes the story not just a fluffy hobby show, but one that actively explores what it means to find a path worth climbing and how hard that climb may be. This last point is very particular, and there were a few episodes that stood out, but episode 10 of the 3rd season is quite special. This episode really encapsulates the last 2 of my points. It has a very distinct look owing to the people who worked on the show, and this episode also showcases a mature and serious side of the story's utter focus, the relationships between its characters. In this case, it's Hinata going through a tumult of emotional pain. As Aoi grows, Hinata feels like she's drifting away and that she might lose her again. The careful directing, the quietness of the shots, and the warm colors are all able to express a side of Hinata previously absent. She's contemplative, considerate, reserved, and visibly hurt by seeing her friend slip past her. There's clear separation between herself and Aoi in the way some moments are framed, and while this episode doesn't confront those emotions yet, it's the subtle buildup and sincerity they gave to letting her process her emotions that makes it such an explosive episode. The amount of growth and development Aoi and Hinata go through in the final stretch of the third season is an amazing showcase of how much care they put into showcasing their relationship. But it was also this episode that took it a step further and encapsulates the show's careful and well-laid character writing with artistry. Yamanosusume was quite a treat to watch, not only from the standpoint of someone who enjoys hobby stories, but also in being able to see these characters change and grow throughout each season. It also helps that the show boasted entrancing visuals and visual storytelling. There were so many other things too, like the music, which of course I'm using in this video, the way certain storylines evolve throughout each season, and the gradual expansion of the cast. I really enjoyed watching the show and seeing it through for the first time all the way to catch up to another season. It was very well worth my time to take an encouragement to climb. And that was the end of the video. Yeah, I did in fact see that the next season had a bunch of shows coming out, one of them being the 4th season of Yamanosusume, which prompted me to go, hey, it's getting another season, why not? And I think next season, or this upcoming season, because it's basically going to be in a few weeks, going to be a goldmine for slice of life shows, and you may see a little bit more of that, considering the amount of stuff I have lined up for watching. Or maybe I'll be inspired to cover the other great slice of life shows that have aired. We'll see. But thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.